What's up, weirdos? How's it going, guys? All right, so another day, another way to win. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what's going on, guys. Bitcoin, for me, the daily close is going to be very, very important. We still have like 5 hours and 40 minutes or something like that to go before the daily close. So we're sitting at $108,894 right now. If we can close above $108,000, $109,000, to me, very nice, right? What we don't want to see is a complete collapse, obviously, to completely encompass this bullish candle we formed yesterday, right? So if we can start to close up here, even in the range we're at right now, let's close there. Maybe work our way back up again. Another green candle for tomorrow. That would be perfect, right? There's still, because I say that because there's still risk of downside, right? And to convince me that we're not going to have risk to the downside is we need to close this daily candle somewhere in the range that we're in right now, and we need to move back up on the next daily candle. We need to close multiple daily candles in this range, but I'm starting to see that this right here could start to act as a resistance level around 110,250 bucks, give or take, right? So we don't want to see any kind of major resistance areas form in this. We don't want to reject off. We want to get the heck out of here, right? So it is a very, very important daily close later today that we have to be on top of. We got some super chats. Yo Mars, hit the likes. Absolutely. Let's check our ratio, guys. So we've got 239 people watching, and we have 59 likes. Not bad, not bad. Let's get it to 200 likes again, guys. Let's try to make that like the goal every live stream. Let's get to 200. So we're at 59. Let's get it pumping. Oh, we just jumped up to 65. Perfect. There you go. That's the spirit. Let's get it, guys. We shall not be defeated. Ramona. Hello, fellow weirdos. Hit the likes here and over on Crypto Blueprint, please, and subscribe to both. Yes, absolutely, guys. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to both channels. We got to keep it growing. Got to keep it going. Get the educational, reliable content out to the masses, you guys. Eddie with the super chat. ETH seems to be waking up, getting ready for a run. Let's have a look over at Ethereum. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Let's see. Oh yeah, we kind of broke to the downside here, but got back up inside of there pretty quick. We have broken out of this bull flag that we got going on here, this bull pennant, and we've broken out of it to the upside. And what we got to do now is we have to close this daily candle outside of here for continuation. I think we could see anywhere between 32 and 34,000, 3,400,000. $32 to $3,400 for Ethereum on the breakout here. That would be excellent. So yeah, it's looking good, man. ETH is looking good, primed for a move. You love to see that. Everything looks good, guys. I went over the. You know what? Let's go look at it. Let's go look at the Russell again today. Where are we? If the Russell can break above the 200-day, like I showed you guys yesterday, could be very, very bullish. That's what happened in 2020. Once that happened, we saw alt season kick off, right? So let's go back and have a look. See, we got to get above. Let me just hide the M2. So we're not far right now, guys. We are not far at all from the 200-day. If we can get above the 200-day, oh, it's going to be beautiful, guys. It's going to be beautiful. And I'm going to show you why, once again, in case you missed it yesterday. Like, look how close we are to the 200-day. If we can snap above there, if we go back in time to what we looked at yesterday, right? Right here, as you can see where I circled, that's where we snapped above. Let's zoom it in. See how we snapped above it here? And what happened? We took off, right? Now, if you don't know what the Russell is, once again, Russell is basically low cap, small cap stocks. So risk on assets, right? Just like altcoins. So it's I would equate it to like the stock market's version of the altcoins, the small caps, right? Um, outside the S&P 500. So risk on, basically what this means is the general sentiment in investing, right, is that risk on is good to go. People are willing to get more into the risk on assets. So we saw the Russell take off, absolutely take off once we got above the 200-day, right? Boom, we snapped to the upside. Now, let's go back. Where are we? Right here. Again, look how close we are to snapping above it once again, right? Once again. Now, again, I'll show you just like I did yesterday. Let's go to the total 2, which is the altcoin market cap. Look at this. We're kind of breaking out of this bull flag right now on the total 2. We're breaking to the upside. Can we get above the 200-day? We're right below it, guys, right below it. Something big could be getting ready to pop off here, guys. I don't know if you can see that or not, but we're breaking to the upside right now. So what happened last time? See if my box is still here again. Boom. So this is what happened with what I just showed you on the Russell, right? When the Russell broke over the 200-day, look what happened to the altcoin market cap. Just went nuts. And then this here was the summertime, right? We had the sell in May, walk away. That's what this was, the market cap. People sold off, right? And then boom, that was your blow off top in the fall where we capped off in November, right? So are we getting ready to see the exact same thing take place right now? If you're on the sidelines right now and you're feeling bearish, you're tripping, man. You're tripping. I don't even know what to tell you right now. We are literally about to enter like the euphoric phase, like God mode, right? For the altcoin season, or for this bull run, right? So if you're feeling bearish, snap out of it, man, because things are about to get juicier than you could ever imagine, right? Hook 'em. Really loving the newest gaming gem, newest gaming gem, accumulating as quick as I can. It's going to be so solid. Too bad there are people missing out. Yes, I agree, brother. I agree. I've been pretty aggressive accumulating it as well. If you don't know what he's talking about, guys, we have these picks over on the Patreon, and we're in accumulation mode right now, big time on the next gem. So yeah, I don't know if you've noticed in my buy alerts, but I've been pretty aggressive scooping it up as well. I'm pretty excited about it. Tiny cap, small cap. It's going to do fantastic. Big Mike, supporting the channel. My dude, thank you so much. Always here, man. You're always here backing me up. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that so much. Okay, let's get into the chat. So I want to know, what do you guys think about the Russell getting ready to break above the 200-day, and is this about to happen again? Because as you saw, like I said, this is the dump in the summer, right? So in May 15th, we dumped, we bottomed in the middle of July, and then started rocketing back to the upside, right? All the way till November. A little bit of a correction here, but all the way till November. So if we go over to, we can go to Bitcoin. You know, same thing on Bitcoin. If we go back in time and we have a looky-loo, at that exact same time, look what happened. Boom, right? Bitcoin took off. A little bit of a correction right here. And then, right, what are we? We're in January here. So we actually have to move to March of 2020, I think it was, right? Was it March of 2020? I want to say it was March of 2020. Let me have a look again. It was in, yeah, March of 2020 it took off. Okay. So that's when the market took off, guys. Is the same thing about to happen? We saw altcoins take off with the Russell. Risk on assets are coming back, baby. And as you can see, once again, one final time. Risk on assets, look how much we're up since April. Risk on assets are getting bigger and bigger. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's get into the chat a little bit here. Let me just make sure that Mike didn't say anything with his super chat or super sticker. Just give me a second here. All right, we're good. We're good. All right, guys, absolutely. All right, let's get into the chat a little bit here. J Money, Bulbasaur in the house. What's up, my dude, my brother? Good to see you, man. Twitch, first one, baby. Let's go. Ty, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. All right, you suck, J Money. Hybrid Dad, first like, let's go. God bless everyone. Absolutely. Nick, Miria, an old wooden ship. Let's go. Jake the Snake, scooping up some Zebek. Can't wait for our target to hit. There you go, brother. Zebek is a fantastic DCA opportunity today. Fantastic. J Money, be sure to hit the like and subscribe, fam. Yes, absolutely. Overcome in the house. Jake the Snake, chilling like a villain. What's going on, brother? Mike, what's up, fellas? Good to see you. Sorry, Mike, MKE. You tricked me. Gloria, how's it going? Hopefully everybody's having a great day. J Money, let's get to 200 likes, everyone. Yes, what are we at? 352 people watching and 109 likes. We are halfway there, guys. Halfway there. Let's get to 200 likes. Let's do it. Come on. The HBO special, guys. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. Joy, hey Robin, Patreon family, let's hit the likes for great content. Absolutely, let's go. Paul, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Danny's in the house. David, chilling like a villain. What's going on? Kick Miria and Zebek for us. Let's break the bank. There you go. Danny, how's Swift looking today? Swift, a little bit of a correction, down 6.3, but bullish, man. Bullish. It's a good DCA opportunity, in my opinion. Swiftcoin, Nadix, and Zebek are all really good DC opportunities today. So is XCN, actually. We were looking at that this morning. It's speculation, but it looks as though they are. So if Coinbase is adding Miria to their wallet, we could be getting ready to see a listing. And holy smokes, are you going to see a penny fast if Coinbase lists it? Absolutely. Mike, my brother, once again, man, you are the man. Always got my back. I appreciate you, man. We fam. Absolutely, brother. Alfonso, what's up, buddy? Hope everyone's doing well. Jake the Snake, Roberto. I'm gonna be that person and ask, where do you think Miria will retrace to near term? I don't think it's going to retrace really yet. I don't think it's going to retrace near term right now, and it is already retraced to the range I think it's going to retrace to, and I think it's going to continue its way up in the near term. So I don't think it's done yet, to be honest with you. I thought I saw that in a previous live. William, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Helps the channel grow, costs you absolutely nothing, and we will love you forever. Once you become a part of our community, you're never going to want to leave, man. You're never going to want to leave. So, easy. Rob Candles, yesterday still coping. Rob is Satoshi. Shh. Keep it down, man. Keep it down. Beebs, my dude. What's up, buddy? Why is Zebek going down? It's consolidating. And here's the thing. Robert, I don't know if you're new here. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the community, my friend. But what I will tell you is this. Now, I told everybody, let's go to Zebek. I've been telling you guys for a while that we were going to come down to this range right here between 2033 and 2035. And I got a lot of hate for that. A lot of people got angry at me for saying that. But listen, we ran up over 440%. You have to correct. And the reason we're coming down is because we didn't build any support levels on the way up, right? So I would expect us, we could be near the bottom right now at 203.7. We hit 203.74, but you know, I'm expecting 2033 to 2035. I've been saying that for like 2 weeks, right? So this is what's happening with ZBIC right now is 100% expected. I've been saying this for 2 weeks that this was going to happen, right? I set it up here. I said we were going to correct probably back down to 2033. People got pissed at me for saying that, right? People were telling me I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm an idiot and all that stuff. And here we are down here. And I don't see any of those people who were calling me stupid. So what I would say, Robert, is it's a good DC opportunity, man. This was an expected correction after a big run, and ZBEC will be absolutely fine. Crypto Crossroads Show. Yo, everyone, please hit the like and subscribe. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Cryptus, what's going on? Over the Tops in the house. Kizza, my brother. I hate the word pamp. Jamie, what's up, man? Just want to say I respect the grind. It's insane how much work you put into helping us acquire wife-changing wealth. It's much appreciated. No problem, brother. Let's go. Gotta say pamp it. Jesus says, hit the likes. Miria alone is going to make millionaires. Absolutely. Absolutely it is. I hate the term melts faces. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to use that term a lot. H. Barbarina in the house. There she is, Gamma Goddess. Good afternoon, Rob and Crypto Fam. Let's get this money. Ramona says, melts faces is funny. I mean, it always reminds me of Maxine Waters. What's up, Crypto Fam? God bless you, John. Good to see you, man. Matt's in the house. Good to see you. Watching from work. Nice. Getting paid to watch the future. Hangman. For the ones who think ZBIC will go up forever, FOMO at the top, hopefully it's a lesson learned. Those who said I didn't know what I was talking about, now you're holding a red bag. Yes, exactly, Hangman. Exactly. I feel your pain, brother. I got called an idiot like crazy when I told people ZBEC was pulling back down to 2033, 2035. People told me it wasn't going to happen because XCN and ZBEC were different projects. They used excuses like tokenomics, even though tokenomics and comparisons to other projects have absolutely nothing to do with charts. But I digress. I like ZBIC, but I try not to buy green candles after huge runs. Exactly. It's a good DCA today, though. It's a great DCA today. Honestly, anywhere between like 2033 and where it is right now is a phenomenal opportunity to continue to stuff your bags on ZBEC. Getting paid to listen here. Nice, nice, nice. Ceiling Fam, what's going on? Maybe we discussed, but do you think this slight pullback, Miria pullback, is going to be short-lived? Yes, I do think it's going to be short-lived. In Rob we trust. Oops, forgot to hit the like. I usually do it. So you're in here telling other people to hit the likes, and you ain't hit the likes. You just be doing me dirty over here, Danny. You just be doing me dirty. You guys. What else do we have? Gamma Goddess. Raven, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Rip R. These fake outs are getting to feel like Groundhog Day. Yeah. I just see Bill Murray standing there with a microphone and saying, well, it's Groundhog Day. Again. Dave, what's up, buddy? Christopher, we got Onyx in the house. How you doing, Rob? Hope everyone is doing well. Patience, conviction, and research. Absolutely. Dab, let's moon. Diamond hands pay off. What's your top 3 coins for long-term holdings? Check my portfolio. My portfolio stuff is over on the Patreon, actually. So, motives, this dump is a fake out to the downside. You think so? Think so? Interesting. Big Mike and Rob we trust. There you go, brother. Absolutely, man. We will never steer you wrong. Which do you think will run higher this bull run from its current price? Well, that's the thing, man. XCN and Swiftcoin, they seem to run in parallel. Like they are, every time XCN runs, Swift runs, and vice versa, right? And when they dump together too. So it's going to be pretty close between the two of them. But if I had to choose, I like the tokenomics of Swift Coin better in terms of how high it will go. I've never been so bullish. There you go. So when is God mode? We're entering it right now, man. Ready to tussle with the Russell, baby. I'm super bullish on Swift, Stronghold, Lightlink, and IXS. There you go, man. I'm feeling super fantastic. Scott, hello, new to the channel and new to Zebek. Hello, all. Scott, welcome to the family, my friend. You're absolutely going to love the community, man. Good to have you, my friend. Good to have you. James, appreciate you, Rob. See you on the Patreon later. Absolutely. Yes, we do have a Patreon live stream this afternoon after this live stream is done. On Tuesdays, we do it in the afternoon. That's what she said. Buying Ethereum now may help you when you swap ETH for coins in a few days. Just an idea. ETH looks good. It's a good opportunity to stock up on some gas, you mean. Fill the tank. I bought Miri on Coinbase wallet yesterday. Bought the top. Big Rob, Nadix is correcting like you stated. You think it will go down further? Yeah, I do. If we go look at Nadix, where's my Nadix chart? Let's have a look. Oh crap, sorry. Let's have a look. I don't know. I really thought it was going to break to the upside. We broke out of this, and then it kind of broke to the downside. We failed the breakout, so we could break to the downside on this. And but I mean, we're in a bullish structure is the thing, right? Whether it breaks to the upside or not, I mean, that's another story, right? I personally think that Nadix could have another solid 100 to 200% run in it. It only ran up about 220%, so I think we could see it, but we need to see it soon. Otherwise, this is going to invalidate and break to the downside, probably catch support somewhere around 309, which would be fine with me, man, because if it does, I will be scooping it up. Absolutely. Jake the Snake, thank you for the insights. So Robinator, hey, no problem, brother. Amazing coins, afternoon, man. I'm out planting super hot peppers today because I can't buy any coins. Hey, do what you got to do, man, right? Do what you got to do, absolutely. Lost my spot in the chat. Let me find it here. Sharon, what's going on? Good to see you. Good day for bargain shopping. Absolutely. I did some DCAing this morning. I already put my buy alerts over on the Patreon. 203 range. I jumped back and DCA'd 2041. Should have waited. I mean, it'll get better in time, Funky. Right? It'll go back up. Danny, I think I'm gonna buy a decent wallet today. There you go, brother. Use our link, brother. Use our link. Get a fantastic deal, man. Got to keep that crypto safe, guys. Keep it off exchanges, not your keys. I say it all the time. I keep covering stories about people getting scammed and hustled and stolen from, and some people they keep risking it. I don't know why. I would never risk it. Bucky, what's up, man? What's up? New to your channel, thanks to Caesar, but not new to Zebek. Bucky, welcome to the family. Caesar is a fantastic guy. I was just watching Caesar's Bitcoin video about a half hour before I went live, I think. Yeah, Caesar's the man. Is the app easier to manage than Ledger? Yes, it's way easier than Ledger. Way easier than Ledger. Danny, buy one. I just got one. Can't wait to receive it. There you go. Beebs. Pimp it and melt my face. Got a twofer on that one. Any thoughts on TAI going to $30 like Caesar thinks? I mean, TARS AI is a new project, and I do think it is very, very popular. Do I think it could go to $30? Probably. I don't think $30. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. It only has a $71 million market cap. I mean, in the most bullish scenario, I could see that happening. In the most bullish scenario, right? Do I think it's going to happen? No. But I do think that it's possible that it can happen. Studio Tech, Silver Sailor, what's up from Panama? Caleb and Brown dropped Canada So all accounts are required to be closed. Now they tell me the same thing for Panama. Yeah, I was in talks with Caleb and Brown, and they told me that they are not in Canada anymore. I was trying to get someone from Caleb and Brown to come on the channel for an interview, but yeah, they're pulling out of Canada. So Jesse and James, love the coverage, Big Rob. Let's make that money. Absolutely. I was thinking about getting fire waterproof key phrase containers or sheets. Any recommendations? I keep mine in a safe, so it's pretty safe there. I would say buy a safe, man. Also, guys, just so you guys know, for my Jasmine people out there, I was talking with Jesse this morning. Jesse is a Jasmine ambassador. He's a good friend of mine. He's been on the channel dozens of times, and we're gonna put a date together. He's gonna come on the channel. We're gonna talk. Jasmine. So probably on a weekend, maybe next weekend or the weekend after that. I'm gonna throw some dates at him and see when he's available. So we will have Jesse back on the channel, Jasmine ambassador. Just so you know, he's coming. And I was talking with Max the other day too, and yeah, we're gonna do another collaboration soon as well. It's in the hole. About 10 million Miria. There you go. Zebek reminds me of XCN. The party is over. I wouldn't say that, man. I would not say that. That's a short-term mindset that ends up costing you big-term, long-term money. I mean, the dump for Bitcoin, I think we could probably touch 107 before the next. Yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. But if we go back over to Bitcoin, what are we doing here? Let's go back over to the chart. It's actually starting to climb. It's back up over $109,000 right now. So another local. What's going on, man? Driftwood, please continue to sell me your Zebra. Yes. All right, I'm going to get into the news, guys. I got to skip ahead in the chat, so I'm going to miss some stuff. Good to see you, Lily. Good to see you. Carlos in the house. What's up, man? Hopefully, yes. Hopefully, yes. Caleb and Brown, Aussie base. I was on their stream, and they were fudding Zebek. So not... They were fudding Zebek? It's funny, because I just covered this morning that Caleb and Brown was shilling Zebek on X. That's weird. James says 209 people watching, 157 likes. We got 159 likes. We actually have 436 people watching. So guys, let's get to 200 likes. We're not far. We're at 159. Help push us up over that level, guys. The goal is 200 likes. Let's get it. Okay, I'm going to get into some of the news now, guys. So we can get some of that covered. So, all right. So we got this. I got this clip here. Deepseek shared. Deepak shared. He says, Jake Cleaver just gave his thoughts on Zebek. Let's listen in, guys.
So you know how I am. I like to talk about things that are actual application and real world use case. And this network and token meet the bill. Okay. This is really cool. So many of you might remember Coil. This was an early project for Ripple where they actually streamed payments when you were on a website. You were able to, as you participated on the website, send small micropayments from your wallet to the creator or the content creator or the media creator there on the website. They would receive those real time as you were using that for entertainment or education or whatever you were participating in. You'd be making those payments real time. So down to the second, you'd be sending, microtransactions, thousandth of a penny, whatever it was. That's basically what Zebek does. And the promise of this protocol is pretty interesting. It's really robust for many applications that a lot of people are excited about, payroll in particular. So right now, you get paid every couple weeks. And normally it's a 2-week delay that your employer has, a kind of setback for you. You get paid, maybe there's a week delay, maybe they have some different delays in there. There's some frictions that exist. But imagine if you went to work, you clocked in, and as soon as you clocked in up to the next minute, you got paid. There was a payment stream coming from that employer's wallet directly to yours. And this could happen across the entire economy. Money and value could flow like water. between counterparties. It could actually be currency that we talk about. So you'd be able to get paid up to the second almost for the work, or pay other people up to the second for what you were consuming. You wouldn't have these subscriptions that we have today. I think that this is a huge application for platforms like Hulu or Netflix. I don't know if they'll move to this model because I don't know if it will be quite as profitable for them because they're getting the money up front. Businesses always want the cash up front and deliver later. Tends to be a better play for them. However, I think over time, this is where all of these platforms go. You're going to be paying for what you use, basically. And there might be a platform fee that you pay. And then once you meet the minimum of that, kind of like a retainer with an attorney, you would continue to pay, but you'd stream the payment or the cost real time in addition to that initial retainer or whatever you paid at the beginning of the month. I think that that's probably a more likely scenario for how this will play out. So it'd be some type of platform fee or something else for the use or the initial onboarding of something, unless, they're marketing to you. And maybe that's how it'll work out. If you retain your own data and you don't want it shared or to be marketed to, then maybe you pay a fee, or maybe they stream you payments because they're able to get your data real time and share that with marketers who can then market their things to you. Again, back to the payroll. That's kind of the propagated use case for this, which is pretty interesting. ZBAC is on Solana and also on Ethereum, or EVM-based networks. They're able to stream those payments real time to your wallet. And as digital wallets are adopted, we've already seen some of that by banks and institutions here. Your bank account has been converted over to a digital wallet if you are with one of the larger banks. Credit unions have been a little delayed in making that jump for most of them. But I do think that with time, that's pretty much where it's going. You've got a Google wallet, you've got an Apple wallet. Most people do if you have accounts on either one of those platforms or with an Apple device. Even Android has Apple Pay. It's going to be a very different world 5 years from now in how value moves. And I think ZBAC could definitely play a role in that with the protocol and smart contracts that they have that are Solidity and Python based in order to be able to orchestrate the streaming of real-time payments between counterparties based on the value that's being exchanged. So what does that mean for the token? What does it mean for your investment? We've already seen a pretty big run up here in ZBAC. Not that it couldn't continue, and there is real-world use case and adoption potentially for this network. There are some competitors out there, but it seems that they have kind of set themselves apart from the pack. And similar to, Stronghold, I think that there is a potential that an acquisition could be made by a large enterprise for this type of corporation. Obviously, these smart contracts are decentralized, and they would just be adopting open source technology to be able to implement this. And that's where the real value is. If you saw multiple providers, all of these streaming platforms adopt this technology or protocol, and locking up ZBAC and staking it, that restricts the supply. And obviously with supply and demand economics, you could see a pretty big run up in the token here. Many other people like Zach Rector think that it's going to go to 10 cents, which I think is also fairly realistic based on the use case and the application over a reasonable time frame, right? Again, you need the actual adoption of this in a utility driven way for that supply demand dynamic to play out. There are many other opportunities with these networks and protocols. Hash is another one that we've looked at for provenance. DAG is another one that we're talking to with Ben Jorgensen. And needless to say, there are a lot of things out there beyond just the payments side of things, which is where all my money is. Just candidly, I'm not invested in ZBAC, so this is not me advocating for ZBAC. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only. Always consult with your financial advisor before making any investment decisions. I have to put the disclaimer in there, but I think that there is an opportunity here. It's a very interesting technology. It's kind of a first mover, and it does seem to have traction. So with that, I do think that there is potential here for price appreciation and a really cool change in the way that value is streamed and moved between counterparties. So let me know what you think in the comments below.
So the key to what he said was patience, that it's going to take time, right? And most people just don't have those patience. So that's why they don't succeed. And we'll talk about that later today. Let's get back into the chat a little bit. I just ordered my decent. Nice. Congratulations, Danny. Jasmine Crypto Future TED Talk. Let's go. Absolutely. Big C in the house. What's going on, man? Gloria. Let's get Crypto Blueprint on the map. Like and subscribe. Yes, guys, make sure you're going to subscribe over to Crypto Blueprint as well. I'll store my ZBIC there. I'm tired of having it on my hot wallet. Yeah, good idea, man. Good idea. Alfonso, I DCA'd into ZBIC today and received the other ZBIC on Coinbase. Yeah, there's scams going on out there, man. You got to be careful. James says, do yourself a favor and join the Patreon. Yes, guys, if you're not on the Patreon, you are definitely missing out. Just dropped a video yesterday, 3 gems. And I got another video coming out later today on the Patreon as well. You guys, you don't want to miss this, man. You're missing out. GSD, what's up, man? Rob, do you own a ZBIC card? Which one? I've been meaning to order the carbon card. I don't have it yet, but I am ordering the carbon card. That's the one I'm going with, right? So that's the one where you can, I'm not too sure on the details of the silver or black, but with the carbon card, you can send your Circle USDC over there, and you can use it anywhere Visa, MasterCard, and debit is accepted. So that's the one that I'm going with, the carbon card. So, all right, what else do we have? The bear traps. Larry McDonald on his 30-30-30-10 portfolio, a large component of commodities.
Look at Treasury yields this morning. As we mentioned, they're a little lower. With the 10-year sitting at 4.58, the 2 years at 3.99. You've also got precious metals that have been climbing. You know about gold. We've been watching that for a while. It's up significantly this year. Silver at this point is at its highest level since February of 2012. Our next guest says that gold and other precious metals have been warning investors of what he calls a creeping financial repression and that a bond market panic could be looming. Joining us right now to explain all of this is Larry McDonald. He is the founder of the Bear Traps Report. He's also the author of the new book, How to Listen When Markets Speak. And Larry, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Joe.
So Jamie Dimon was speaking in the last week or so, maybe 2 weeks ago, and saying that we could be facing a bond market revolt that could come in 6 months. It could come in 6 years. He doesn't know, but he knows what he's seeing on the fiscal side of things does not add up to nirvana for the bond markets. Why do you think it's sooner?
Well,
rather than later.
So what we try to do at the Bear Traps Report is measure the life of a narrative. So we talk to all our institutional clients around the world and kind of triangulate the information. And if you look at it, so right now the debt ceiling, we're stuck. So for every bond that comes due, one matures, and there's no new net issuance. But from September 1st to maybe, let's say, February, we're looking at 1.5 trillion of new issuance, of new debt issuance, and it comes out to roughly, could be up to 600 billion more than last year. Now, to me, the market knows this, the smart money. We just hosted an ideas dinner last night, and when you talk to institutional investors, they know this, and that's why Besant, our Treasury Secretary, is out there with some stealth moves toward kind of really supporting the bond market later in the year. But those moves are really kind of financial repression-like, which we can get into.
Well, what moves is Besant making?
Like the SLR expansion, you've got then the whole thing with Wells Fargo.
SLR, which allows the banks to potentially buy more and spend more of their capital.
So it's almost like
treasuries, he's hoping.
Exactly. It's almost like QE. So we calculate that SLR expansion could be up to 250 billion of new buyers. So they're using the bank balance sheets almost like the Fed, right? The banks are going to be supporting the market. The question is, how fast does that 250 billion come in? Is it this year or next year or the year after? And that depends on the Bowman situation with the Fed, and then that debate between the regulator at the Fed, Bowman, and then Powell himself.
We know that yields have backed up a little bit, but then we also see good economic data, and that brings yields back down. You know, where inflation is not running higher, the economy's doing pretty well. What's to say that that isn't the stronger part of this hand?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we've had a nice move down in like 3 CPI reports. Now, the probability that one of the next 2 CPI reports actually has some of the tariff pain in it, in other words, toward higher prices, I think is pretty high.
The first one coming this week.
Yeah. So so we're in a little bit of a complacent zone on inflation, which we think about the last 3 years, we've been there a couple times, right? we've gone from like inflation fears to kind of inflation complacency back and forth. So I think priced in. Yeah.
If the bill gets passed, if the economy continues to do well, if there is growth that's stronger, as a lot of the Republicans supporting this bill have suggested, then what?
Well, the biggest thing is that Musk-Trump fight, and Musk outed kind of the fiscal largesse in the bill. If that bill, this is really fascinating for our viewers, if that bill gets delayed a month or so, then what's called the Treasury General account gets drained more. In other words, that's the money in Treasury, extraordinary measures. And the reason why that's important for our viewers is that if that bill gets delayed and they can't merge the two bills by, say,
between the House and the Senate,
yeah, say it goes out another month, then all of a sudden you're burning through your extraordinary measures. That means the refill of that bill in the third, fourth quarter is going to be a lot bigger, a lot more pressure on the bond market. That's what silver and platinum and palladium and Bitcoin, there's to us, when we talk about in the book, How to Listen When Markets Speak, we think $4 to $6 trillion is going to move from financial assets, which are just paper certificates, right? Stock certificates, bonds, over to hard assets.
commodities,
a new
precious
portfolio.
metals and
Yeah.
other commodities.
Right.
And that's what you would advise people to do right now ahead of this?
Yeah, I mean,
Or-
we think, the old 60-40 portfolio
Yeah.
should maybe be 30, 30, 30, and 10. In other words, a much larger component of commodities.
30% commodities, 10% cash, is that
Yeah,
what you're
10% cash, 30% bonds, 30% stocks.
What are the signs that we should watch to say that, okay, this move is afoot, aside from the moves that we've seen in silver and gold?
Agricultural names are dramatically outperforming. And typically they're second, third tier players. We saw this in the 2022 commodity bull market, so if you look at Mosaic and some of these ag players, now some people say, oh, that's the China trade deal getting priced into soybeans. But yeah, you want to look for the commodity market broadening out. And look at BCOM, Bloomberg Commodity Index versus the S&P, or NASDAQ, and look for those ratios.
Yep, absolutely. I see someone say, Dude Sky says, ZBEC cards are virtual, not physical. Yeah, you pay with your phone, right? Same way you would with your debit card on your phone. Did you see the ZBEC candle? ZBEC candle, I did not. Let's go have a look. I don't know what candle you're talking about. What time frame you talking about, Big Mike? Platinum is a great buy. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. I'm a big gold and silver bug as well, personally. Okay, what else do we have? We got one more video to get into for you guys, and then I got to go do a live stream over on the Patreon. So what do we got? James McGregor on the U.S.-China trade talks. This is going to be a forever process. Let's see.
American and Chinese officials are meeting for a second day in London to try to ease trade tensions. Join us now on the progress and possible sticking points. Jim McGregor, APCO, a worldwide Greater China chairman. I was just thinking, James, about how daunting it is to figure out what we really want in our relations with China in terms of trade, because there's so many different moving parts. I'm talking about, yeah, we'd like less of a trade imbalance, and we'd like them to be more fair in the way that they trade. That's one thing. But then there's security. We don't want to give them all this high-tech stuff, because we know what their eventual goal is in terms of their place on this planet. So we're being pushed and pulled in a lot of different directions. We need them as trading partners, right? So how do we walk this line? What should our negotiators, what should President Trump be trying to accomplish?
Well, I think that number one, they want to try to build some trust. Things have China and the U.S. have not been talking at all for a while, and now there's a lot of dialogue going on, including with the new ambassador who arrived here in Beijing 2 weeks ago. The thing is, we want to control what technology we give China, and we do that for good reason. But then China wants to, they've got some leverage over us with all these rare earths and materials that we need for anything from a fighter jet to a telephone. So people are looking at what's going on in London right now is maybe they'll make some progress on that. The U.S. will reduce some of the controls we have, and they will open up more of the minerals. And this is, I think, going to be a back and forth for a while. But there's a lot of trade that is outside those parameters. And, China's actually been pretty good about market access right now because they're feeling a lot of pressure from the U.S. trade. And that's been good for business here because China's government being nice to foreign companies, American companies, because they don't want to lose them.
Yep. Big drop in exports. They've got, once again, though, they can feel the pain, but their people, the President Xi's willing to or at least not really dwell on how much pain the people in China are feeling. So they've always, got that ace in the hole as well, Jim. They can stand more pain. I'm sure it's tougher on their economy than ours, but they don't. I don't know. I think we have political pressures over here that President Xi is not under. You said we need to trust them more. Do we want to get to a point where we trust China? Should we trust China?
Well, for both countries to trust each other, they got to have some parameters on where they can talk. They always used the nomenclature used to be that let's get past our differences and force on, talk about where we agree. At least we can get some things where we both agree to get some conversations going. But yeah, this is look. What would the U.S. ask be in a big trade deal? It would be China, change your system, get rid of those SOEs, get rid of all the subsidies and all of the state enterprise you do, and basically the authoritarian capitalism. China would say, okay, well then you guys get rid of any controls at us. We have access to all technology, and neither of those things can happen. So I guess we both have to just slip a little back and forth and work it out piece by piece. But this is going to be a forever process.
Hey, Jim, we were talking yesterday about how the team in India working on those trade talks had agreed to stay longer than had been anticipated. We assume that's because some progress was getting made. We haven't heard anything today. Do you have any insights as to what's happening with India?
With India, no. I'm a China guy. I'm sitting in Beijing, which is quite a ways from India, where we're working.
So, Jim, if they agreed to just level everything out, in terms of what you were saying, the subsidies and all the ways that they've gamed the system, then are we willing to compete head to head on really who is the preeminent power on the planet? If we do it fair and square, are we willing to do it that way? Are they willing to do that? I wouldn't mind a fair fight, maybe, but at this point, I just worry about how they go about things. And I guess all's fair in love and war, but I don't want them to win in 50 years.
What we have here are two not completely, but very different systems that are successful in their own way, but they're incompatible with each other when they get out into the international marketplace. China's system works well in China, but once these subsidized companies get out of here, they can be looked at as predatory because it's hard for a company that has to make money to compete with them. So I don't know. We have to figure out a way for these two systems to coincide in the world somehow.
Taiwan.
Neither is going to change.
Right, but we got Taiwan and spy balloons and buying up farmland near all of our military bases and Uyghurs, and I mean we're not friends. We're not. We have to do business with them though, because the global economy depends on it. I probably just got blacked out in China.
Well, our people also are quite intertwined. The people-to-people stuff is strong. The businesses are so tight. I would just hope that the temperature can be brought down, and we can just step by step just make it a little more normal, and emphasize. Look, I'm no panda hugger. I've been here watching what China's been up to.
Panda hugger. I like that. I like that. We know some. Yeah, we know. Yeah, right.
I'm not.
All
I'm
right.
very clear on what China's doing, but I'm also clear on how we've got to live together in the
They're
world.
cute.
And-
They are cute. You got it, especially with the Cubs. Oh my God. All right, Jim.
One last question, Jim. Can we trust them if we do have a deal that we reach?
Well, what did Ronald Reagan say? Trust but verify. I think we got
He said a lot.
That's what we got to do.
Yes, trust but verify. Interesting. So he figures it's going to drag on for quite some time, but I mean, as bullish news comes out, probably won't be that bad. Big Mike, do you see that candle? Read that already. Platinum, last few minutes. Ryan, always appreciate you, Big Rob. Volume went bye-bye today. A little bit, but that's okay. Never mind, I was looking at the 5 minute, yeah. Gloria says 192 likes. We got it. We had 208, guys. Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much for hitting the like. We made our goal once again. I'm still a rookie. Hey, everybody starts somewhere, Big Mike. Everybody starts somewhere, man. I was a rookie at 1.2. China's printing their currency like crazy. Countries only print under duress. They have been economically in pain for a while. Yes, absolutely. It's only going to help crypto. Thanks for your comment, Job. Hey, no problem, brother. No problem. Too new to the game to make a choice on the poll. May stagnant? There you go. Wendy, good morning. Welcome. Hit the like button. Yes, absolutely. All right, guys. So we're all caught up in the chat and everything. Listen, Bitcoin's climbing back up. We're back up to $109,470. You know what I want to see? You know what would be great if we could get back above $109,600. Let's close above there. That would be fantastic. Congratulations on 1,300. Thank you so much, Wendy. 13,300 subs. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I have a live stream to get to over on the Patreon. Get over there, join, guys. We're going to be live very soon. If you need mentorship in this space from someone who's been through multiple bull runs, guys, no fluff, no moon boy crap. We're going to teach you how to succeed in this space, whether it's portfolio structure, exit strategies, profit-taking plans, rolling profits, identifying studs from duds, tokenomics, technical analysis, general emotional and mental sentiment in the market and how it drives it, and so much more, guys. Get over to the Patreon. Get into our mentorship coaching calls. They're absolutely free. We do them every day. So get yourself booked into some of those. And yeah, also I dropped the gem video yesterday there on 3 more picks that we're going in on. We're going knuckles deep, elbow deep, you know what else deep? We're going deep, baby. We're going to accumulate these gems. I've been fairly aggressive on them lately. So if you want to get pumps like Myria did, like Zbic did, like Onyx Coin did, like Nadex did, get in on our gems early, guys. The link is down below. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I will see you guys live over on the Patreon in about 20 minutes. God bless.